Hello everyone, welcome to the MOOCs on copy editing. I am Rachna Sharma. The news is produced through the teamwork and not only by the reporters. Whereas a reporter writes and files the story with byline, the copy editors at desk act as unsung hero who work backstage and cannot be seen anywhere in the newspapers but are the backbone of it. Today, in this lecture, we will discuss the concept, the importance, function, and elements of copy editing. Let's get started with the definition of copy editing. The concept copy editing comprises of two words, that is copy and editing, and means the editing of the copy. If it is the editing of the copy, we will have to see what a copy means. A copy is all stories filed by the reporters that is received at the editing desk. Here, the editing includes check and revision of the stories or copy for language and content, giving headlines, presenting the stories with visual appeal and making it for page layouts. We can say that the process of copy editing is an invisible link between the reporter and the readers. While reporters describe the events and file the facts, an editor may have to do everything from writing headlines to correct spellings, rephrase the sentences, and make the copy presentable. Thus, copy editing provides the content with the needed clarity and accuracy to make the news readable. So, copy editing is a process of improving the copy. For example, looking at the spellings, especially the homophones, cross-checking the names and their spellings, designations, facts and figures, bringing the most important fact up in the structure of the story, and many other tasks. Let us look at some concrete definitions of copy editing to thoroughly understand the process. Y.K. D'Souza defines news editing as a process of tailoring news items or a news story to the required shape and size using the right kind of expressions and symbols. According to him, a copy is edited to highlight the news sense in a story and to bring uniformity of language and style in an issue of newspaper. N.C. Pant and Jitendra Kumar include the definition of copy to explain copy editing. They say, editorial matter prepared for setting is called copy. A person who prepares the copy for printers after making style with necessary hints and directions is known as copy editor. The copy editor reads the copy thoroughly and makes essential corrections before sending it to the printers, and he marks the style and type points and typefaces on it for the composing. One activity. Write a report on any event of your choice in 20 minutes. Then read it back. What do you find? Yes, you will see a lot of mistakes. Right, it could have been written in a better way. Now, just imagine the plight of a reporter who is continuously taking notes of the events and filing it very rapidly to submit it to the chief reporter or bureau chief. Here comes the copy editor to rescue the reporter. In news production process, when a news story reaches at editing desk, the chief sub-editor directs it to the copy editor, who is also known as a sub-editor. The chief sub issues the needed directions for editing of the stories to the team of subs. This team ensures that important facts have been given the suitable place in the story and nothing is missed out. All stories are treated with necessary editing and presentation. And also, the stories are processed well in the stipulated time to reach at the printer. Through copy editing, a story can be developed in an interesting and impactful way for the readers. A long, monotonous, or tedious report can be transformed summarily to engage readers to it. In M.V. Kamath's words, copy editing is an art of rewriting a bad copy and make it readable. As copy editors are called the first readers of the newspaper, they read the content in capacity of readers rather than the content producers. They read it to bring the content to the level of the readers in terms of interest and readability. Not only this, copy editing prevents possible legal cases like defamation, slander, libel, or contempt of court. How? Copy editing ensures cross-checking of the facts. By doing so, a copy editor can remove or amend any such content which may lead the newspaper to the court of law. Sometimes, reporters' bias also seeps into the report unintentionally. If that goes on unnoticed, it may result in possibly the similar aftermath. Certainly, it is the copy editing that saves a newspaper editor, the printer, and publisher from paying a heavy price for an unnoticed mistake. Therefore, copy editing is one of the most relevant and necessary steps in the process of publication. Let's discuss the principles and elements of copy editing. The copy editor is a person who is responsible to provide a trustworthy face to the newspaper or magazine and also shoulders the responsibility to voice the concerns of readers. Here, the two implicit principles of copy editing are objectivity and empathy. It is the copy editing that takes care of the story if bias of a reporter comes in through any opinionated statement or comment. Other element that is incorporated in copy editing is furnishing the stories or copy with maintaining high professional yardsticks by adhering to the ethical principles of the newspaper. The best newspapers adhere to the ethical guidelines provided by journalist bodies such as International Code of Ethics, Press Council of India, Editors Guild of India, and All India Newspaper Editors Conference that is known as INEC. For example, not highlighting the names of communities during communal riots or violence, sticking to the official figures during any disaster or other sensitive issue. Similarly, copy editing is done by keeping the reader's interest in mind. A copy editor senses the reader's ability to read and make meaning of the story. She also remains thoughtful about the impact of a story on the reader. Thus, copy is edited on the basis of principle of empathy and news values such as human interest, prominence, proximity, as equally timeliness. To achieve and to maintain readers' interest in newspaper or magazine content, the copy editing ensures a flawless flow in the copy with the help of adherence to the rule of language, grammar, and syntax. For the same ease in habitual reading, the copy editors consistently use the style book of newspaper. Restructuring the story to give the most important detail in the top order also forms an essential element of copy editing and makes the content interesting. In publishing industry, copy editing is considered to be limited to spelling, grammar, punctuation, and syntax, or at maximum to check the internal uniformity. But when it comes to a newspaper, along with proofreading, it includes line editing, cropping, rewriting, and many more tasks to perform. Those are very much an element of copy editing.